Like, why should someone even spend the time watching your videos? Why should someone follow you? Why should somebody want to hear your opinion on like videos that you review?
Oh my God, that is such a good question.
And I've never seen your videos personally, but I'm just like learning about you for the first time now, and I'm thinking like, okay, like why should I want to hear your opinion in the first place?
What makes him qualified to post his videos is the fact that no one else is posting said videos. And not literally no one else is posting it. I mean that there are corporations out there who, like you were talking about, get paid to spread fake news.
And the rise of fake news and AI fakes made it worse to make sound, factual content believable.
Great. We wanted to hit all of those things.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed any difference, honestly. I know there's concern around AI, but no, it hasn't affected my workflow.
What's fake news to you? Like I mean, fake news could be different things, but what is it to you?
To me, when I hear that term, it is, someone brought up the good example of the recent BBC case where they're being sued for.
You know, and the two top people at BBC just resigned. Yeah.
That would be fake news, in my opinion, more so than AI is like another level of fake that's, a whole nother category.
But wait.
So this video is about students grilling an influencer who leans conservative, which is Warren Smith in this instance. I don't know exactly how they're going to grill him, but let's not waste any more time and get right into this.
But just say it directly. What is fake news?
Where you have a corporation pushing or for a political outcome where they're so biased that
they willfully and willingly manipulate something.
How often do you find yourself saying, is this fake news? Some version of that. Or how you discern what is fake news?
I mean, yeah, I think as a college student, like very often you think about that, especially if you're ever using any sort of like AI source, you definitely have to think about that. And if it's like credible to what you're learning in class, if you can like use it as a resource or not. I think especially like in this day and age.
But how do you know though? Like, how do you know? Because it's so ever present. Like, how do you have any idea when you're being manipulated or not being manipulated?
In terms of like ChatGPT, I think you can't just like fully rely on it. Like I think if you're going to use it for information, you have to check if it's accurate because a lot of the time it's not.
Yeah.
Can I also ask my question?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I had a question for Warren. I kind of wanted...
And this is the question that really made me click this video because this question will really stand out to you guys. It's going to really, it might shock you guys in a little way, but let's get into it.
Also ask my question?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I had a question for Warren. I kind of wanted to question like your credibility. Like why should someone even spend the time watching your videos? Why should someone follow you? Why should somebody want to hear your opinion on like videos that you review?
Oh my God, that is such a good question.
And I've never seen your videos personally, but I'm just like learning about you for the first time now, and I'm thinking like, okay, like why should I want to hear your opinion in the first place?
And I love that question because this young woman basically said, what makes you qualified to even post your type of videos? Who are you? Why is your opinion above everyone else's? And although I don't watch your videos, I just want to know, what are your literal qualifications for posting said videos? And honestly, here's what I'll say. What makes him qualified to post his videos is the fact that no one else is posting said videos. And not literally no one else is posting it. I mean that there are corporations out there who, like you were talking about, get paid to spread fake news. And what Warren does is he's doing the opposite. Although he is literally getting paid from YouTube, these companies are funneling millions and millions of dollars to lie to you. So, and yes, they're qualified on paper. They've been doing news anchors for 10 years, or they've been doing their career for however many years, or they have the degrees you need to, I guess, be considered successful on paper. But the reason why this is problematic is because if you go off of qualifications or just qualifications when it comes to something as such as the news, you will only get told what people want you to know. And what Warren is doing is breaking out of that mode. But let's see how he responds.
Yeah, I can't tell you why you should, honestly.
Like,
I can't answer that.
Okay.
That's such
It's been a surprise to me. It's a good question. It's one I contemplate every day.
Like what?
I think about it for myself, Why should I expect first off, any student, hang on one second, you have a response to it. But why should I expect any student to even come into my class, enroll in a class?
Well, I feel like you have credibility.
Well,
So,
why
okay,
though?
You have a lot of experience teaching this class, so I feel like that's why people sign up.
Yeah, but
No, but that's an answer.
Like
an
that's a part
answer,
of your
yeah.
credibility. So I'm wondering, like, why should someone?
And I love that the professor stepped in because he said why. And she acknowledged his why, because that's a good question. Why? What makes me qualified to teach this class? And she immediately said, well, you have been teaching these classes for several years, which is what I find interesting, because when people say all the time online they don't want to hire Gen Z people, they don't want, and there's a hiring freeze and job shortage, and a lot of college graduates are unable to find employment, the people who aren't giving employment are saying, well, you have no experience. You have no research doing this. You've never done this field before. So it's a problem then when companies don't want to hire you. But when you don't like someone's opinion, when you don't like what they stand for, or even if you do like it, I don't know, this young woman hasn't watched the videos, but I'm speaking in general. When you don't like what someone stands for, their opinion, or what they represent, now all of a sudden it's important to have a mass amount of qualifications. Even in your own personal life, when you're going for an entry-level job, it's not important for qualifications. Here's the reality. The reason why Warren is able to get online and say what he wants is because America has a free market. And in a free market outside of school, because school has people brainwashed, well, you need all these qualifications, which you do in some instances. But in the real world, what really matters is results. And the reason why he's so popular is because he says things that produce results. It's not about what degrees he has or what experience he has. That doesn't matter in reality. It kind of does, but what really matters is results. The reason people watch him is because he produces videos that make sense to them. Therefore, the free market rewards that. And school doesn't teach you about the free market. It teaches you that if you get this piece of paper, you get this qualification, then you deserve an audience, or you deserve this. And the professor touched on that. He was like, what makes me qualified? He was going to go on that, but the other professor didn't really let him in the moment. But let's continue.
When spend the time watching your videos, like what gives you the credibility to even comment on something that doesn't involve yourself?
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to
That's
just
a really good question.
think out loud, if you could.
Why would someone spend the time to watch Tim Pool? What gives Tim Pool credibility? Or most
I have
of these?
no idea who that is.
Okay, so and I've been thinking about that. And I realized I think it's mostly perceived value. It's something similar to when we start to pay attention to someone. They're famous because they're famous. I'm not saying but that is a stage of celebrity. It's something that occurs a lot.
Well, I feel like anyone that I would watch on the internet and spend my time watching, I have a reason for why I want to hear what they have to say. So I'm just thinking, like, I don't know you at all. I don't know your videos, but why would I want to listen to what you have to say on some random matter?
Yeah, but that's subjective, so there's no way that I can give you that answer. Like, you could pick a person, someone you do watch, and you're like, I enjoy this person. Only you can explain why you enjoy that person. All I can do is provide the logical foundation, hopefully, and if I can make the dynamics clear enough, I hope that makes it digestible and enjoyable. And if people watch it, they watch.
I just wanted to
And I don't want anyone bullying this young woman, because she's a student at the end of the day. She's probably like 18 or 19 or something like that. But her question, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because in reality, and they don't teach this in school, so I can't even blame her. In reality, what people care about is what you offer. In a degree, or qualifications, as she likes to call them, isn't necessarily an offer. And I'm speaking of someone who has a master's degree in engineering. I'm not just saying this. I have a master's degree in engineering, electrical engineering. So I think I know a thing. A degree itself is not what you offer. It's what the degree signifies. And that gets you in the door a lot of places. But sometimes it doesn't get you in the door, such as online or in a lot of markets. And social media happens to be one. If you're competent, people will watch you. If you're not, they won't watch you. The reason he has an audience is not because people clicked his channel and said, oh, he has a bachelor's degree in communications and he has 10 years as an eight. No, people don't care. They clicked it because he sounded competent. His videos were edited good, whatever.
follow up on her kind of, and give a reason, because you said you don't know why people watch you, and I will say after the Charlie Kirk video, I did start watching you more, and I just wanted to give a little like representation on why people do follow your content. And I believe a lot of like growing up, I watched a lot of like Fox and CNN, lived in a both like middle ground household. And I would say over the years, I progressively started watching my parents watch less like mainstream media, which means I have to go out and watch it on my own. And I heard another kid say, like, why do you're just a commentator. You don't really like give your own opinion. And I just want to say I watch you because I believe that you fairly represent kind of like both sides. Not really like you're right leaning, but you can give the perspective of what a person's trying to give in digestible clips, which works out for the viewer. And then even if I don't agree with your statement, I'm able to weigh the two and then see which way I kind of go about it. So like, if I'm watching you and you say something conservative, but I agreed more with the person in this class that said something very liberal leaning, I'm going to kind of go with that narrative instead of following yours, but that doesn't mean I can't watch your content. Yeah. I believe giving fair news is like kind of the point of being a political commentator, because a lot of political commentators nowadays are scared to hurt their like funders, like major political party representatives. So that's why your news is a healthy balance and allows us to find like little niche people that give their perspective on modern day media.
Yeah. And thanks for that. Yeah, that's very cool.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You know, bro, I don't find you to be right-leaning so much as just really good at challenging the left. Like,
that's what I was going to comment, because I think about that a lot. And like, so equity, for example, I don't think of myself as conservative or liberal. And I know that's probably going to bother some people. Like, well, yeah, you are, but like my position on equity happens to, I guess you could call that represents
the reason why he's considered so conservative is because the definition of conservatism has changed drastically over the past few decades. Is what I'll say. Maybe even I'll say a few decades. So someone who is conservative today 10, 15 years ago would just be a centrist. They wouldn't be left or right-leaning. And someone who's a liberal today would be considered aggressively liberal 10, 15 years ago, even a lot of conservatives. But it's just the definitions have changed in a lot of ways. So even someone like Warren, who really doesn't lean that much conservative, he's more centrist if we're being completely fair. A lot of eyes, if you're not 100% liberal, you are just an aggressive conservative, which in his case is, where people who don't even watch his stuff are really questioning him and really going at him as if he's Donald Trump or as if he's the second coming of a conservative whatever. But my name is Elifar Jojo. Let me know what you all think, and I'll see you guys on the next one.